Welcome to Lob Muffin. I'm Sabin.
I'm Shakil.
I'm Muffin.
And I'm Nirvik.
Today is a follow-up to our football episode. We are doing a draft challenge and selecting a 15-man team with 4 substitutes. And for explaining the rules of the draft, Sakil Dai will help us.
Okay, so we thought of doing this draft as a follow-up, which is why we've set up a small set of rules. So it's quite simple if you think about it. Each of one of us will be picking a team of 11 players and 4 substitutes. The 4 substitutes being a goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and a forward. It doesn't matter which position. And then we will be having naturally 15 rounds of drafts, and each round will have a different order. So we've randomized our order for the first round, which is number 1 will be taken by Nirvik, number 2 by me, Shakil, number 3 by Sabin, and number 4 by Mohit. And then in round 2, this order will change, by which the number 1 pick will go to number 4, and the subsequent picks will climb one step higher, and this is how it will continue till round 15. We've decided that we'll also pick one manager, so that can be counted as round 16. And some restrictions we've placed are that our picks can only be active players. No one is allowed to replace the players that they've picked, and and 2 teams cannot have the same players. Along with that, we've also set a limit of 2 players from one club, and a maximum of 3 players per country, and a maximum of 5 players per league, so that there's not a lot of bias. And I guess that's the main technical aspects of it. And I guess we can start off with the draft. So round 1 will begin with Nirvik making his first pick.
Firstly, I think we have to go through our formations, like which formation we'll be picking. So I'll be picking the 4-3-3 formation right now, because अहिले mostly use भएको formation त्यही नै होला. And I think I'll be sticking towards the traditional of footballing style of total football, and my players which I picked usually are fit in that position as well. अनि मेरो formationको pick चाहिँ 4-3-3 हो, like which has got not the attacking one where there is a CAM instead of CDM. Mine one has got a CDM, like 4 defenders, 2 fullbacks, and this is a winger and a striker. खोइ मोहितले कुन formation choose गर्न आँटेछ?
म नि 4-3-3 नै हो.
I will also be using a 4-3-3, but my midfield will consist of 1 holding midfielder, 1 box-to-box, and 1 attacking midfielder, if the draft goes my way. If not, then I guess there might be some adjustments I need to make.
So, मेरो formation will also be 4-3-3. I want to have a strong midfield that can win the ball and then initiate a counter attack. And a classical defending style, I am trying to fit in with my players if I get my chance, and use clinical finishers.
Formation सबैको एउटै रहेछ, so I'm getting a bit nervous कि playerहरु जुत्छ भनेर. So anyways, so I'll be picking my first pick, so it may not come as a surprise to the listeners who listen to our previous episode of our football discussion. So my first pick is Lionel Messi. I won't even try to explain it.
Okay, so I'm up next. And well, Nirvik took Messi, which would have been my first pick as well. So I guess the best option now for me will be to pick Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm going with Juventus's Cristiano Ronaldo.
And my first pick will be Bayern's Lewandowski.
You guys have taken the best players in the world, and I would choose my best player as Sergio Aguero.
Okay, so that ends round 1. Now round 2 will begin with me making the first pick. And thank you guys for not picking Kylian Mbappe, because that is going to be my next pick.
So my second pick will be from mid, and he is Kevin De Bruyne from Man City.
My second pick would be Alcantara from Bayern.
And my second pick for my team will be Toni Kroos from Real Madrid.
Now to the third round. My third pick for this will be Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United.
My third pick will be Aubameyang.
And my third pick for my team will be Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool.
Okay, so I would have preferred to have De Bruyne in my team, But so I'm gonna go with N'Golo Kante from Chelsea. Okay, so which brings us to the end of round three, and now each one of us will be explaining why we took the three players that we took in the first three rounds.
Okay, so I'll go with Aguero because for me, Aguero is the best striker I've ever seen. Although I am a fan of Arsenal, and there have been great strikers like Wright, Henry, but I still consider Aguero as the best striker I've ever seen. So I will go with Aguero. I have also taken Aubameyang because Aubameyang has been playing in the left wing, cutting in inside and acting as a second striker at Arsenal this season. So Aubameyang is my second pick. And त्यसपछि चाहिँ Alcantara चाहिँ किन लिएको हो भने so Alcantara is the only defensive midfielder who has that set of skills अनि त्यो certain burst अनि त्यो पुरै style of play नै change गर्न सक्ने midfielder चाहिँ मलाई Alcantara जस्तो लाग्छ त्यही भएर मैले Alcantara लिएँ.
So for me, the reason for picking Lewandowski is that I wanted someone who is good aerially and someone who is a proved finisher. And then in the mid, the main reason for choosing Bruno Fernandes and Kevin De Bruyne are their play-making capabilities. They are really good at set pieces as well as making the play that I want, because in a 4-3-3 formation, I need a very strong hold of the midfield and someone who can attack really well.
So my reasoning for picking Ronaldo first was because Messi was not available, and also the fact that I could play him at left wing or at striker, where he plays right now. And then I picked Mbappe because I was surprised that no one picked him, and picking Mbappe would let me play Ronaldo at left wing. And Kante because he's arguably the best defensive midfielder in the world, and of course everyone loves Kante.
Okay, so मेरो first three picks say firstly obviously Messi is like the arguably the best player in the world or maybe in the history itself. So I won't go into much detail why I picked Messi because obviously it's Messi. So my second pick I chose Toni Kroos, and Toni Kroos चाहिँ मलाई किन natural आयो to Javi Hernandez जस्तो लाग्यो. I couldn't believe and was so salty when Real Madrid snapped him up for just 20 million कि 30 million. So he's such a good holding midfielder अनि यति accurate हुन्छ नि उसको long ball plus passesहरू. So he can link up with Messi well अनि जुन 4-3-3 फर्मेसनमा एउटा ट्रायङ्गल फर्मेट गर्नुपर्ने पर्छ नि यो टोटल फुटबल खेल्नको लागि. So he'll be really crucial in that as he'll act as a fulcrum for the triangle I guess, and he has a very like the cruise control one. So the Madrid fan like how he dictates the position and how well he maintains the hold of the ball, and he's also equally good corner kick taker and he's really comfortable on the ball. So that aspect is very important for the formation that I picked. So Toni Kroos choose गरेँ मैले. मेरो थर्ड पिक भनेको ट्रेन्ट एलेक्जेन्डर आर्नल्ड. सो इन अहिलेको मोडर्न फुटबलमा सो आई currently pick my 11 mostly based on the form अहिले 2019 सिजनको प्लेयरहरूको फर्म अनुसार. सो ट्रेन्ट एलेक्जेन्डर आर्नल्ड चाहिँ like I think he has got around 12 to 13 assists already in the Premier League, and like he's so creative अनि त्यसपछि अनि हुन्छ नि he's so good in going forward. So both of my fullbacks will be like focused on going forward and overlapping and making overlap runs and providing support to the wingers as well. So म त्यो पछि जस्टिफाई गर्छु किन त्यो गर्यो भनेर, बट मेनली लाइक क्रिएटिभ एबिलिटीको लागि नै भनौँ न मैले ट्रेन्ट एलेक्जेन्डर आर्नोल्ड पिक गरेको. एन्ड हि इज अल्सो भेरी गुड इन सेट पिसेस द्याट पोइन्ट अल्सो इज. सो नाउ लेट्स मुभ अन टु द फोर्थ round.
So my fourth pick will be Serge Gnabry from Bayern.
So my fourth round pick will be Marc-Andre ter Stegen from Barcelona.
And my fourth round pick will be Joshua Kimmich from Bayern Munich.
And my fourth round pick will be Leonardo Bonucci from Juventus.
My fifth round pick will be Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich.
My fifth round pick will be Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund.
And my fifth round pick will be Thiago Silva from PSG.
My fifth round pick will be Marcelo from Real Madrid.
So my sixth round pick will be Andy Robertson from Liverpool.
And my 6th round pick will be Mane from Liverpool.
My 6th round pick will be Varane from Real Madrid.
And my 6th round pick will be Heung-min Son from Tottenham. Okay, so now I'll be explaining why I picked those three players. So I picked Alphonso Davies, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, and Heung-min Son. So our Ter Stegen, like I think he's one of the best goalkeepers around in the modern football. So, like he's like duplicate of Manuel Neuer. Like he's very comfortable on the ball and he's a really good sweeper keeper. He comes out the box very often and it is he clears the ball and he's also so comfortable on the ball. Okay, like मेरो टिमलाई अब भने त नि पोजिसन बेस्ट खेलाउन आँटे हो सो अनि त्यही भएर चाहिँ मोडर्न फुटबल पनि अहिले चेन्ज भइसक्यो जस्तो लाग्यो. You have to play it out from the back. The attack starts from the keeper, from the position of the goalkeeper. So I think त्यो एस्पेक्ट नै लाइक एकदमै म्याटर गर्छ. अनि हुन्छ नि अहिलेको सब टप टिम्सहरू पनि लाइक देयर इज requirement that the keeper should be comfortable on the ball. Like top teamsहरू like Alisson, like Edersonहरू हेऱ्यो भने सबैमा त्यो फिचर कम हुन्छ. अनि अर्को भनेको he is very good in one on ones के like he has because of his I think he's like cat like reflexes ले गर्दा पनि हो भनौँ like he makes so many outstanding saves in one-on-one situations. And now moving on to Alphonso Davies. Like Alphonso Davies चाहिँ यो सिजन मात्र अलि बस्ट आउट गरेको भनौँ न बायर्न म्युनिकको स्क्वाडमा. लाइक इज अ भेरी प्रमिसिङ लेफ्ट ब्याक. इज जस्ट 19 years of age. So Alphonso Daviesको चाहिँ फर्स्टली भनौँ what aspect I like is he has a really good pace and which will be very useful for overlapping with the wingers. अनि त्यसपछि अर्को एकदमै ब्रिलियन्ट लागेको एस्पेक्ट भनेको एल्फोन्सो डेभिसको गेम चाहिँ हिज रिकभरी एन्ड लाइक ट्र्याकिङ ब्याक स्किल हुन्छ नि. जस्तो 80 भर्खरको यो बायर्न म्युनिक भर्सेस डोर्टमन्डको गेममा त्यो एरिक हल्यान्डलाई ट्र्याक ब्याक गरेर उसले ट्याकल गरेको चाहिँ थियो नि. लाइक हिज स्पिड पनि मेजर गरेर कति 36 km/h कि कतिको कति आएको थियो भनेर आइरहेको थियो. अनि त्यो भयो. अनि त्यसपछि त्यो अलिक पेस राम्रो भएपछि लाइक what happens is that there is a good chance that he will draw falls and win set pieces for the team as well. Plus he has also very good dribbling skills, so I think that will be very essential for the team as well. And I don't know about his crossing skills, but my team is really not that dependent on crosses. So he's cutting. What matters is the low balls and the cutback passes that he will provide. So yeah, so Alphonso Davies चाहिँ त्यो भएर गरेको. अनि यो Heung-min Son पिक गर्नको लागि चाहिँ I think a big personal bias because he's one of my favorite players and like he's very leading up the Premier League as well. Like he's one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, I believe. What I like about Heung-min Son is like he's both footed. Like he can shoot and pass equally well from both of his foots, and I think he can make runs and run on through balls and like that. And he's also really good from taking shots from outside the box as well. Another aspect of his is he has really good pace, which is always good for a winger. So yeah, Heung-min Son चाहिँ like both footed aspect and उसको finishing ability पनि राम्रो छ यो. So yeah.
Okay, so मैले Gnabry pick गरेँ from Bayern. Because this season Gnabry he has been able to fill the spot that Robin left. So Robin has been to top goal scorers at Bayern for long. And त्यसपछि Gnabry को लागि एकदम ठुलो position to fill okay Robin को सट्टा, and he has done it really well यो season. त्यही भएर I picked Gnabry. मेरो अर्को pick is Marcelo, which is a personal bias. अब त्यो Marcelo is absolute legend. I love that player हैन. उसको skills देखि लिएर अनि उसको टिममेट्सहरुसँगको chemistry. So Marcelo, I just love Marcelo. त्यो बाहेक अरु केही भन्न सक्दिन हैन. अनि coming to Varane, Varane has been absolute great in like त्यो आफ्नो टिमको डिफेन्स, whether it be Real Madrid को or France को. He won the World Cup with France. Varane को like being a defender, he can catch up to like pacey forwards अनि good physical presence अनि like त्यो timing of the tackles are absolutely nice. अब कस्तो I can't explain this, but the timing of the tackles are perfect, near perfect.
So the main reason I picked Mane, Bonucci, and Thiago Silva. First, I picked Bonucci because he is an excellent man marker and he is very dominant aerially. So सेन्टर ब्याकको लागि हि इज अ मास्टर होइन. अनि त्यसपछि आफ्नो डिफेन्सिभ सिचुएसनमा चाहिँ हि इज भेरी कम्फर्टेबल. कुनै पनि साइडको त्यो पोजिसन प्लेलाई पनि हेल्प गर्नको लागि चाहिँ बोनुची प्लेज अ ग्रेट रोल. त्यसपछि द मेन रिजन आई प्लेड थियागो सिल्वा इज हिज इन्टेलिजेन्स एन्ड हाई लेभल अफ स्किल्स होइन, सो द्याट हि क्यान एक्चुअली हेभ अ गुड लेभल अफ कम्बिनेसन विथ बोनुची टु स्टार्ट द बल फ्रम द ब्याक इटसेल्फ. And the main reason why I picked Mane is that I need someone, a very strong hold on the left side. Mane is someone who can actually take the ball from the center midfield and create a great chances for the team.
I picked Joshua Kimmich because he is like the heir to Philipp Lahm, who is my all-time favorite German player. Just like Lahm, Kimmich can also play right back as well as he can slot into the midfield. And he's also played centre back this season. So I picked him for his versatility as well as his dependability. And my next pick was Sancho because he's one of the biggest young players around, apart from Mbappe, who I also managed to get. And I think that Mbappe and Sancho up top with Ronaldo is going to be terrifying for the defenders. And my last pick was Robertson because I needed a shithouse in my team. He's kind of like Luis Suarez, Diego Costa, Roy Keane type of player, which your opponents hate, your opponent fans hate, but you absolutely adore. So let's move on to round 7.
Going on to the 7th round, my 7th round pick will be Ciro Immobile from Lazio.
My 7th round pick will be Pogba from Manchester United.
My 7th round pick will be Wilfred Ndidi from Leicester.
My 7th round pick is going to be Virgil van Dijk from Liverpool.
So coming to the 8th round, my pick will be Pavard from Bayern Munich.
My 8th round pick will be Luis Alberto from.
My 8th round pick is going to be David Silva from Man City.
So my round 8 pick will be Ben Chilwell from Leicester City.
Okay, so my 9th round pick will be Palomino from Atlanta.
My 9th round pick is going to be Sergio Ramos from Real Madrid.
And my 9th round pick is going to be Aaron Wan-Bissaka from Manchester United.
Okay, my 9th round pick will be Matt Hummels from Dortmund.
So moving on to why I selected those people. I needed a very strong left back and right back. And Ben Chilwell has been a wonder this season, and so has Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is really good defensively as well. His tackles have been immaculate, whereas his skills to take the ball up front has also been very well. Both of the left back and right back are really comfortable with the ball. And the main reason I picked Ciro Immobile is his capability to actually make coordination with the midfield and the forward. So I think Immobile will be a crucial point in my team because he can link up between the strong midfield and Lewandowski.
Luis Alberto चाहिँ like I won't say कि म पहिले रेगुलरली फलो गर्थे भनेर when I found out कि like Lazio were in the second कि third in the Serie A table and like Ciro Immobile was in the top was the leading scorer, I got curious. There may be some reason behind it because Ciro Immobile एक्लैले त गर्न सकेन होला because his stint with Borussia Dortmund didn't go well. So I looked into the like Tifo football को कि कसको एउटा भिडियो हेरेको थिएँ. So I got to know about Luis Alberto. So Luis Alberto चाहिँ उनीहरूको त्यो creative attacking playmaker रहेछ. Like, and why I picked him for my team is because obviously Messi को current form हेर्ने हो भने he's more into like playmaking and stuff. But having Luis Alberto in team will lighten up the playmaking burden from Messi. And sometimes when he's not finding the right, like if he's off his game, then Luis Alberto can step up and take on the creative playmaker role. And he's also really good on, I saw some of his highlights on YouTube, so his through ball cut on his skill here, like it was really good. And he also seemed to take a lot of shots from outside the box as well, and he seemed also good defensively too, so he can also contribute out on the defense, and he's also really good set piece taker, and his through ball ability will really come in handy in counter attacking as well with Heung-min Son's and Alfonso Davies' pace up front. He can throw in long through balls for them to run at and find an opening there. So yeah, that's why I pick Luis Alberto. Now, talking about my second pick is Wilfred Ndidi. So अघि मैले भने थिएँ like the fullbacks of my team will be going forward a lot, so that will obviously leave a huge gaping hole in the backside, and जसले गर्दा चाहिँ the team will be vulnerable for counter attack. So that's where Wilfred Ndidi's role comes. Like, it's really crucial. So when the fullbacks are up front and the another team tries to counter attack, so Wilfred Ndidi will provide a defensive coverage for the center backs who are still in the defensive line. So his main role will be to tackle and run at defenders or to commit fouls in some cases as well. And मैले लेस्टरको सिजन फलो गर्दा पहिलाको पनि प्लस एक दुईवटा फ्यु म्याचेस हेरी आई रियली फाउन्ड आउट कि हि वाज एन आइडियल रिप्लेसमेन्ट फर एङ्गोलो कान्टे, बिकज एङ्गोलो कान्टे सबैजनाले पिक गरिसक्नुभयो. सो हि वाज आई ह्याड टु pick someone of the same game style. So he can run tirelessly and he can also tackle very well, and he also seemed to be very good in the air as well. So that may come as an extra benefit for the team as well. So mainly चाहिँ मैले उसको डिफेन्सिभ कभरेज वर्क प्लस उसको वर्क रेट र ट्याकलिङ स्किल्सको लागि भनौँ न, टु प्रोभाइड अ कभर फर माई फुल ब्याक्स. अनि मेरो फाइनल पिक भनेको फ्रम एटलान्टा होजे लुइस पालामिनो. सो I'm really happy, not because this guy is an Argentinian. So since I have been following Argentina, there have been very shit defenders. So you're the obvious. सबलाई नै थाहा होला, जस्तो पनि नन फुटबल हेर्नेलाई पनि थाहा होला कि Argentina lacks in the defensive aspect. अर्जेन्टिनाले हेभ टु प्ले द्याट डङ्की के अरे यो ओटामेन्डी एन्ड त्यो ब्रेनवेस त्यो म्यान युनाइटेडको लेफ्ट ब्याक, आई फरगट हिज नेम, बट दे हेभ बिन रियली ल्याकिङ. They have been really lacking in defensive area. So having a good defender come out is really well. So Palomino is really excellent in the air for Atlanta, and I think he is also a big reason Atlanta is finding success in the Champions League as well in the league. And but a big problem with him can be like he's not a really good passer, as I've heard from other analysts. So, but he's a really good tackler as well. I saw that he averages around 4 tackles per game in the Champions League as well. So yeah, I think for a good aerial protection and a good presence in the air ko लागि मैले Jose Luis Palomino pick gare.
So my picks were Van Dijk, Ramos, and David Silva. I think I might have the best centre-back pairing in our draft because I managed to pick 2 of the best centre-backs in the world. And at the same time, I was also able to get David Silva, who is, I guess, one of my favorite players to come out of Spain. And yeah, I was really sad when he joined Man City way back when, and Liverpool signed Stuart Downing. I've always wanted Silva to play in a team that I supported, which is why I thought maybe I'll just have him here. I just really love the fact that he's got the leadership skills. He doesn't look like someone who's a fighter, but I know that he is. And yeah, so I got enough leadership in my center half pairing, that is Van Dijk and Ramos.
So my 3 picks were Pogba, Pavard, and Hummels. I chose Pogba because he has been a great midfielder going ahead and doing his defensive duties both. A big physical presence in the midfield as well. And also my other midfielder is Alcantara. So I needed someone who is going to go forward while Alcantara and my other midfielder would cover the back line. My other pick was Pavard because I needed a good right back with who is pacey, good with the ball, and has a great passing range, both short and long passes. So I chose Pavard. And my third pick is Hummels because I really needed a good centre back to pair with Varane, and Sakilai was already done with Ramos and Van Dijk. So I had to go with Hummels. Arguably, he is one of the best that comes after Ramos and Van Dijk currently.
All right. So moving on to the 10th round, I'll be picking Jan Oblak from Atletico Madrid and Slovenia.
So my 10th round pick for today will be David De Gea from Manchester United.
So my 10th round pick will be David Upamecano from RB Leipzig and France.
My 10th round pick should have been earlier to Nirvik's. He took my turn, but it's okay. But it's Pjanic from Juventus.
So for the last player of my playing 11, my 11th round pick will be Marcelo Brozovic from Inter Milan.
So I need a goalkeeper now, and I will be going for Bernd Leno from Arsenal.
So my final pick for my team and the spearhead of my attack will be Olivier Giroud from Chelsea and France.
All right. So my 11th pick will be a midfielder who will from Atletico Madrid, who is Saul.
So my two picks are David Upamecano and Olivier Giroud. Firstly, I would like to start out from Olivier Giroud. So Olivier Giroud, it may come as a surprise, but I think he's a really underrated player, and the reason why I picked him in my team is that अघि मैले फर्स्टमा भने जस्तो the team will be built up around Messi, and when Messi plays he needs someone to link up in the center forward position. त्यही भएर पनि अर्जेन्टिनामा हिगुआइनलाई धेरै खेलाउँछ instead of Aguero, I guess. So during his time at Arsenal, I think he proved that he can be a good have a good link up play with the wingers as well. जस्तो त्यो नर्विचको गोलमा चाहिँ त्यो विल्सरको गोलमा नि he plays a good like 1-2 passes and all. And another is he can be a good target man as well, because there are good crossers, players who can cross the ball very well, and set piece takers, and he can come in really handy to score headers and all. And in overall, he can also be used as a false nine, like he did when he was involved in the French team in the 2018 World Cup. He can create spaces for the wingers to take runs and utilize the pace of Heung-min Son and Alphonso Davies and all. So Giroud reason pick गरेको reason चाहिँ त्यही हो. अनि अर्को भनेको डेभिड उपामेकानो चाहिँ like he just really burst out on the scene, and he was really hyped up in the transfer market as well. My favorite team Barcelona was also linked, so I did a bit of research on it. So David Upamecano चाहिँ मैले किन राखेको भन्दाखेरि like I needed a ball playing center back for my team, and I was a bit confused with whom to go. I wanted to go with Laporte, but मेरो Premier League quota सकेर I had to go with Upamecano. So he's a really good ball playing center back and equally a good tackler as well. So I think it will really come in handy for my style of play. Talking about my starting 11, if you are following, then I think you are familiar with all the players. So yeah, I will start out with the back. Like Ter Stegen is a very good keeper. So for aerial coverage, we have, I think, good enough defenders with Upamecano, Palomino, and my fullbacks Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alphonso Davies will helping out the wingers by making overlapping runs, and they are also sound enough defensively for like what I feared is that defensively shaky हुन सक्छ. So that's why I added Wilfred Ndidi. He can provide good enough coverage for the back line, and he can make good interceptions and tackles, which will help the team a lot. And the main part comes in Luis Alberto, Toni Kroos, and Lionel Messi. So they will be playing an integral part for the attack of the team. Like they will be responsible for holding the ball and creating chances for the strikers up front. And Heung-min Son will be as a secondary striker for Giroud as well, and taking shots and making run-ins and all. And Giroud will act as a number 9, and due to which he can draw out the defenders from the center line as well, and he can also be an aerial threat as well. So yeah, I'm very optimistic about this team, and although there may be a little bit problem in the defense as well, I think I picked right enough, as I think I got almost all of my picks as I wanted to. So yeah, that's my team.
So my last two picks were David De Gea and Brozovic. And for David De Gea, it's self-explanatory. He is a great keeper. He is great at stopping the outside D-box shoots and all those. So moving on to Brozovic, I really needed someone who was really good to play defensively as well. Although he is really good at playing CAM, but this season with Antonio Conte's enter, Brozovic, who was just an offensive player, had changed a big time. He's very more defensive than normal. Now we know that he is very capable and an accomplished midfielder, and he is really good at dropping back play. So he will be a key link up between my defense and the central attacking midfield. That's the reason why I chose Brozovic. And for my playing 11, I got as Nirvik most of my players, although there were players that got chosen. So Bonucci and Silva will be a pretty great defense, and I think they can be a great combination given the Silva's intelligence. Ben Chilwell and Bissaka on the wide will be really great on moving playing the ball from the sides. Similarly, it will be assisted with the help of Brozovic in defensive play, whereas Bruno Fernandes and De Bruyne are masters in playmaking, and they can really combine with Immobile and Mane on the wide. My formation allows my team to play a compact midfield and a wide forward, which will be assisted by Mane and Immobile on the wide, and Lewandowski in the middle. So I think my team is pretty much what I wanted.
Yeah, I'm also quite satisfied with my team. I guess the only players that I regret missing out on are De Bruyne and Messi. But apart from that, if you look at my team, I think it's really strong from back to front. I've got arguably the best goalkeeper in the world in Oblak, and I don't think a centre back pairing than Ramon van Dijk can exist. I've got exceptional fullbacks in Kimmich and Robertson, who are good both offensively and defensively. I've got a great holding midfielder in Kante, who I think is the best in the world, along with a really good box-to-box midfielder in Saul, and one of the most creative players Premier League has ever seen in David Silva. And of course, my front line is filled with Mbappe, Ronaldo, and Sancho, and one of them is arguably the GOAT, and two of them are going to be competing for Ballon d'Ors in the next 10 years.
Me too. I'm also satisfied with my team. For last two picks, I chose Pjanic and Leno. I chose Pjanic because the other midfielder was Alcantara, who tends to go forward too, and they could alternate in going forward and staying back. If one goes forward, the other can stay back and cover the defense. And Leno, because he has been outstanding this season and has second most number of saves in the Premier League. It's partly because the defense at Arsenal has been not that good this season. So yeah, I chose Leno. And summing up my team, Leno will start at back as the goalkeeper. I have two excellent defenders in Varane and Hummels, who are great aerially and great with their positioning and tackles as well. And I have two fallbacks in Marcelo, who provides a bit of experience and experience in the team, and Pavard, who is great going forward. And the team could be lined up as three defense, Marcelo staying back and Pavard moving from the right. And in the midfield, I have Pjanic or Alcantara staying as a defensive midfielder. The position would alternate between them, and Pogba going forward in the midfield. And my top three spearhead would be Aguero, Aubameyang, and Gnabry. They all are goal scorers. My pick for my second keeper would be Handanovic from Inter.
And my first substitute pick will be Ferland Mendy from Real Madrid.
My first substitute will be Leroy Sané from Man City.
And my first substitute goalkeeper will be Alisson from Liverpool.
So my another substitute pick will be Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid.
My second substitute will be Wojciech Szczesny from Juventus.
So my round 13 pick, my second substitute will be Ezequiel Guerre from Valencia.
My second substitute will be Daley Blind from Ajax.
Okay, so my third substitute will be Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli.
So My round 14 pick will be Nicolo Zaniolo from Roma.
And then my third substitute pick will be Christian Eriksen from Inter Milan.
My third bench would be Hakim Ziyech from Ajax.
So my last pick for today will be Timo Werner from RB Leipzig.
My last pick for today will be Andrea Bellotti from Torino.
And my last pick, the substitute goalkeeper, will be Jasper Cillesen from Valencia.
And my last substitute pick will be Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen.
So we'll be ending this episode choosing the managers for our teams. And my pick for the manager is Arsene Wenger. So Arsene Wenger, because he's been leading Arsenal for 22 years and he's done a great job at leading Arsenal, at changing the Premier League as it was when he came in, building a team with financial constraint in the era where finances rule the game, and has great man management skill and both the tactical intelligence to beat big teams.
And I'll be going with Mauricio Pochettino. I am quite biased towards Pep Guardiola, but Pep Guardiola जति नै राम्रो म्यानेजर भए पनि he needs a certain players according to his demand. Like अब सिटीमा आएर पनि he had to spend a lot. So अहिले जुन in hand player छ, I think Mauricio Pochettino would do a great job. Like the job he did with Tottenham was exceptionally mind blowing with the players he had in hand. Like he didn't have big names and all. अनि अहिले जति पनि big names छ त्यो पछि उसले डेभलप गरेर भएको. So I think अनि मैले भने जसरी अगाडि त्यो टोटल फुटबलको स्टाइल प्लस हल्का a bit of counter attacking will यसको perfect style. I think Pochettino adapted during his time at Tottenham. So yeah, I think Mauricio Pochettino would do a great job in doing this team justice.
The manager that I'll be choosing is none other than Jurgen Klopp. I am a huge fan of what he's been able to do as Liverpool, and as a Liverpool fan, I absolutely adore him. And I think that the players that I chose in this draft will help Klopp replicate what he's been able to do at Dortmund and Liverpool with his heavy metal football.
So with Jurgen Klopp gone, I would choose Diego Simeone as my manager. He is really, really good at structuring the defense, as my defense is a really vital part of this team. I think Diego Simeone is someone who can actually link between the defense and the attacking midfield and make the team constructive. So apart from Jurgen Klopp, who is really good at 4-3-3, Diego Simeone is someone that can actually make my team a success.
With the four of us picking our managers, we've come to the end of our draft and this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, I believe we'll be showing you a graphic of the teams that are chosen. And if you're watching it on any other podcasting platform, then we'll make sure to upload our respective teams on the Love Muffin social media accounts. So do check them out. And thank you for listening to us talk about football players.